Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we try to take Esper to the next level with the help of a cool little ninja that we haven't played too much on the channel that has a lot of those good Ashiok kind of steal your stuff, exile your things from your library, but then also use it against you type of vibes, and that's Katose, the Silent Spider. We are trying to get Esper to a good place, and Esper is a color combination that's full of powerful options, and we've seen a lot of Rafine, the Scheming Seer type lists. It was very popular in the tournaments around Streets of New Capenna when it was new, and it was insanely popular on ladder. So what happened? It's not gone, but it certainly hasn't taken over, and the versions of the deck I've tried, including the ones I brewed early on, it's able to win those games where it curves out beautifully, but it has a lot of trouble playing from behind in my experience. And I think that part of that is we're not trying to maximize the value of Rafine. We're trying to maximize like the really good curve outs. Rafine is a card that kind of tricks you into playing aggro when maybe you should be playing control. And of course, mid-range in best of one is always a really tough proposition because the linear aggro decks are so aggressive and so fast. And if you are on the draw as a proper mid-range deck, you are way behind, which is why best of one tends to fall into extreme control and extreme aggro. For extreme aggro, people usually figure out the best aggro deck quickly, and then everybody plays it. Just net deck, copy paste, get to Mythic, get your rewards, get some serotonin because you won some games, whatever. But the other side of best of one that I focus on most of the time is the control, because the control lists change and have a ton of options, and they need to always have the right mix for what's going on. And this particular deck is trying to lean more towards the control side of Esper, the value side of Esper, to take games long and then take them over by picking apart your opponent's game plan. And that's very hard to do against decks like Goldspan Dragon, but we've got the tools, and we've also got enough anti-aggro to slow down the most aggressive decks in the format. So what does that mean? It means taking out cards like the Luminarch Aspirate and Tenacious Underdog, because getting super aggressive is kind of left up to the aggro decks. Obviously, Tenacious Underdog isn't a particularly effective card against a deck with Play with Fire and Burn to the Face type effects. You never end up bringing it back from the graveyard because all it can do when you do that is attack. So we need more value-based strategy, and it starts in the 2-drops. Professor of Sim blah blah blah, Malevolent Hermit. We still want 2-mana cards because we need Rafine to be triggering, and we need cards that are good both in defense and offense. And one of the coolest synergies that I found with the deck, quite frankly, is that you can use Professor of Sim blah 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 to get that lesson into your hand. But guess what? We're just going to throw it away, either to Rafine or Kaido, or to a March of Wretched Sorrow or a March of Otherworldly Light. Getting to play more marches and then using the lessons to fuel them, to just chuck them and basically get 1 mana removal where you need it, is kind of a game changer for the deck, so don't be afraid to use it. Very often, your Professor of Some blah 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 fetches a card, and your only goal for that card is to throw it at the opponent with one of the marches to stabilize the battlefield. Because we still have a lot of ways to loot from Kaido and Rafine, there's still not much downside to running a card like Ray of Enfeeblement. So I've got 2 of those in the deck to try to steal tempo from aggressive strategies. I've also got 4 copies of Malevolent Hermit for a card that is okay against aggro, basically providing a body and another body, but is also very good against control. It's a game changer against Izzet when you can either use the Hermit to counter something or discard it to Rafine and then bring it back as a Benevolent Geist to make sure that your removal spell on their dragon or whatever does not get countered. Malevolent Hermit as a 4 of is a very, very strong card for the deck, and we haven't seen it around in best of one often, but I think it's a good for this particular build. And then of course, not running Wedding Announcement. Yeah, I've fallen out of love with that card quite a bit. It seems like the 1/1s get trampled and flown over very easily. Like Boros in particular, I think is a good deck against Wedding Announcement. So I'm much happier running the Kaidos. They help you smooth out your draw. They They're never that bad. Of course, you'd rather have Rafine on turn 3 a good amount of time, but Kaido holds up. It really has done a good job of creating some Planeswalker presence for me. Wandering Emperor, Legion Angel, no surprise. But then there's the Silent Spider, and you might have waited the whole deck tech 5 minutes, 5 excruciating minutes of me talking to get to this. Because this is the part that lets you take over the mid game to the late game. Getting to take the opponent's best card, because you've probably received their best shot by then, out of their graveyard, exile all copies from their deck. There are so many 4-ofs that the White and Boros decks and the Izzet decks are reliant on right now. You take their big score, you know? You take their Fading Hope. You take the Royal Eruption from the burn deck, and now it can't even burn very well. You know, like all of these are like moves that Kitose loves to make, and if they can't kill Kitose right away, you get to actually play one of those cards for yourself, and it really starts to take over the game. So 3 copies of this has done very well for me. I also love that if we do a Kaito Ultimate, I know, win more a little bit, we can go fetch more Kitoses, more Fiends, and also more Malevolent Hermits, which is really exciting. I think you're really going to enjoy the games we played, because they showcase the Silent Spider more than any other video I've made, and it's actually a very sick card. I'm still wearing the Danger Zone shirt, which means I'm still recording my intros ahead because I'm traveling to Command Fest Indy. By now, the event is probably over, but I'm arriving home, and if flights and all that go well, I'll be back in the office tomorrow recording some fresh new videos for you. What will I do? I have no idea. The brewing, like me actually keeping up with brewing decks has been one of the hardest things about all the travel, that I actually need to come up with standard decks while playing Command Fest and meeting fans. It's kind of a challenge. So I don't know, if you're in the Command Fest Indies, I say don't send me your deck lists online because I get too many of them. But I mean, if you meet me in person, you have a request. Like some of the decks I played in the last week that did very well were because people told me at like DreamHack Dallas, for example, that they liked a certain deck. And then I was like, oh yeah, I haven't played that in forever. And then I play it again, and the views are usually good and the comments are usually positive. So let me know what you like, I guess. And I'll do my best to keep brewing it up, as it's going to be a long summer, but I know a lot of you are here for standard content. On the weekends, we're probably going to do some things like Worst Possible Commander Show, some Historic Brawl, maybe even some more talking videos. But I'm still going to try to keep at least 5 golden nugget videos of just me playing nonsense standard. I still think if you like Esper, I think you should try this version. I think it's pretty good. All right, enough. God, you talk so much, CGB. It's because I have nobody else to talk to. Look at this room. It's just me and this computer. I need you guys. I need to get these thoughts out of my head before I lose it. It's fine. This is fine. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. And as always, you're cool.
If you wanna play with the best, get your ass to Command Fest. Orlando. If you wanna play with the best, get your ass to Command Fest. Orlando.
All right, we're on the play with some Planeswalker-y stuff and a removal. Let's do this. I have to mute you because your bat is obnoxious. Sorry. Sorry. All right. Have a Malevolent Hermit. Opponent will probably kill it. Don't Spikefield Hazard it though, please. Okay. Looks like we get another Boros gamer. They're out and about in force on the ladder today. Not a great turn 2, but it usually means they have a decent turn 3. So making a 2/2 probably won't block anything that they play, and using March is anti-2 for 1ing myself. So let's use Kaido. I'm going to make a 1/1. And I'm going to try to get some cards off of Kaido next turn. Okay, Adversary. Okay, it wasn't the Sunrise Cavalier, so that's good, but that means Thundering Riju is probably nearby. Rafine. Okay. If we find another black source, that would be really nice. Let's get you down. Let's get you attacked. Don't need 2 Rafines. Another black. I said black source. I mean another black card. We could discard 2 black cards to the march. But we drew a white. I mean, I don't think having march up for 2 is very good. What would we exile? We'd be exiling Katose. Katose is good enough, right? Yeah, we'll just hold this march. We're just gonna hide this march. Okay, they drew a tapped land. This keeps getting better. I will block here and attempt to save Kaido. Let's see if they kill Rafine with like a play with fire or a royal. Takes their whole turn. It's not bad. Ninja, keep going. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Hive. I mean, holding up Wandering Emperor here is a pain for them. It's a big problem. But dude, Katose, a 4/4 that takes all the Royal Eruptions out of their deck, might even hit one in their hand. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, we did hit another one. All right, any spice in their list whatsoever? Absolutely none. The exact list as posted. The one of Valorous stance off the top. I'm kind of fine with it, to be honest. I'm okay with that. Dude, they are not respecting this card. All right, so Riju next turn. We want to burn that thing into the stratosphere. I think I have a black. Do I have a black card in the sideboard? I have Confront the Past. That'll do. So we can set up for March this turn. Ooh, nice stuff. Nice stuff. I don't think I'll need the Hive, so I'm just going to play this out. I have a potential March for 3 and a Grasp. That's going to mess him up. Do we want to let them attack first? Then we do Grasp, March for 3, trade with Adversary. They're probably going to put the +1/+1 counter on the Adversary, though. So we wouldn't get the trade. So now we're threatening the trade. They're going in anyway. They do not give a fox. I guess we'll save this for the next Regio. Keep it coming. The Kaito cards. Kaito cards have carried us through this crazy game. Yeah, we'll just Wandering Emperor. Does the damage to Kaido. Can't do much about it, though. Okay. Interesting. Let's see who they attack.
You're good, but I'm better.
The face. I think this is just a very soul-crushing move, right? Let's just go for it. And it takes a lot of mana. We'll save the Confront the Past for the Wandering Emperor. I guess that's part of why they're not killing Kaido, because they know about Confront the Past, but that's still takes a lot of my mana to use that. Opponent's thinking, oh my god, my Riju is going to be so big. It's always disappointing to find out that your thundering Raju, I don't care, Ju, isn't as big as you think it is. Come and get it. Good choice.
You still,
Bye, Kimmy.
but I'm
Bye. See you next time. All right, turn 2 Hermit, turn 3 Kaido, turn 4 maybe Emperor. Love it. What the heck? This thing's all up in my airspace. It's trying to screw up my first play of the game. Jund, Kalane. Weird. Look at that beautiful mana, though. All right, this might be a turn too late to interfere with a chariot. Let's find out. That's a problem. It's a big problem. All right, but they do need another creature to make it good. Hopefully they just target this Kalane again. Professional Facebreaker. Gross. Do I just take out the Halana and Elena then? I have to give up the Wandering Emperor. I mean, it had to go anyway, but yeah, I think I've got to use Wandering Emperor on this Halana and Elena then. Yeah, I've got to get rid of the Reclusive Painter, and then I've got to Emperor the Halana and Elena, and then I have to figure out how to beat a Professional Facebreaker. All of these are bad things. If I had one more white card here, I would definitely like trade up with the March, but I don't have any more cards after I play the Wandering Emperor. I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. I wonder if I'm supposed to get rid of the Facebreaker and hope they don't have another creature to go with Halana and Elena. Yeah, that might be the way. Back-to-back Emperors, huh? Alright, I just say go. Let the Halana and Elena be. Get rid of the Facebreaker before combat damage. Yeah, their hand is really good. I don't think on the draw there was much we were supposed to do there. Just too explosive. You know, kind of the problem with treasures, right? Oh, Jesus. The problem with treasures, everybody. Yeah, good treasure, like games where somebody draws like good treasure stuff on the play are so lopsided. It's like just giving the person who already had a huge mana advantage a Lotus Petal, you know? Okay, keep hitting those lands, please. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay, they don't keep it up. So we make a 2/2. So, now do I kill this Facebreaker? I think I let's see if the opponent goes for another creature, I guess. Just endless value. Seems good. Yeah, nothing I can do there. Ugh. Well, we finally have a tower. We're on the draw. Could go wrong, but at least our mana will be shiny while it goes wrong. Sorry, I'm a little shell-shocked from the last game. Every time, like, when you're on the draw against a treasure deck that puts out like 1 billion power before you do anything cool, it just takes you a while to realign to the rest of the world, you know? You think this is just the way it is now, when it's really a pretty rare occurrence. Celestis. Okay. Today is the 4th of July. This is now the 7th video I'm trying to record on my holiday, so that I'm not leaving you guys without content. But I say that to say this might be the 4th of July Jeskai video that I posted today. So I like trying to make Ninja here, so I have something to use with Rafine. The opponent's got the Surge, so they got rid of Kaido, which is unfortunate.
Aren't even there.
Now they have Expressive Iteration. But they passed the turn, huh? I guess we'll try for Rafine. Gotta play around Jawaris against this deck if it's the deck I think it is. Okay. Opponent says no to ninjas. So Kaido still got a 2-for-1. Cost our opponent the March and the Surge. And they still have a Rafine to deal with. So they're not out of the woods yet. Two Katose. Let's see if we can turn a Rafine sideways. Pay your 1? They do. Alright, we're not going to get the Connive then. This is just going to take 4, and they still have up Jwari mana potentially. But we don't have any pressure on the board. I want that Expressive Iteration. So I think I'm going for a Katose, even though could go bad. Alright, no Jwari. And now I get to look at their deck in hand. Oh, they are the deck. They are my deck, I think. Same 75? Sorry, same 60? What is this, a sideboarded game? Same 60. I love that they saved the heart for that moment. That's sweet. All right, Elementalist, do you have something you can get back that kills Katose now? You tapped all your... Oh, are you going to give up your Celestis to do it? Yes, you are. I love that. I'll take that. I killed the Celestis as well with Katose. Feels good, man. 2 Rays is too many. I'd really hope to grab a card draw spell. Marches and Surges were even, right? 2-2. I'd say Marches are a bigger problem for me most of the time. It's also more relevant on this board. Oh, Celestis, though. That is a card. I wanted card advantage. I'm going to get it. I want that Celestis. Do not try to take that Celestis from me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? They could have drawn a Voltage Surge. Not going to risk it. I attack the Wandering Emperor. Kind of sucks. We're gonna keep playing around with a face-up Wandering Emperor, huh? This time I block you. What you got? Okay. If you have the Surge, okay. I'll take my 2-for-1. Probably more than that since I got the Celestis out of the deal. This will make them want to play that Wandering Emperor, I think.
I'm going to.
All right, we'll get our second spell here and flip the day night as soon as the opponent puts this on the stack.
Back to wandering.
Not that afraid of their 2/2. They have counterspells in their deck, so Malevolent Hermit coming out of the graveyard will be pretty useful. Miria's Call, huh? Yeah. Let's not. All right. Bring you out, and then Rafine next turn so we get the trigger right away. They do run sweepers, just 2 of them. But we don't want to run 2 creatures into the sweeper. We want to encourage them to, like, activate Den or something. Okay, sweeper right off the top. I think I'm going to try to overpower these devils rather than remove them. I have a lot of removal, but I don't want to use it that way. Pretty cool. All right, play you. Draw a card.
No secret is safe.
See if the opponent can keep the pressure on.
I'll be taking that now.
They might go for Den now. Oh, they topped a way to kill it. Okay, good string of draws keeping them in the game. 13 to 18. But I still think we can... I think we can just outrace this if we play our cards right. Get it? You know, that's a saying. Play our cards right. Whatever. Plus. March. We'll just say go. Do the day-night thing. Try to get them to go for Den. Will not go for Den. Going for Kaito. Good. Just let it go. This is fine. End step. Draw. More Hermes. Draw. We're at 15. All right, time to start using these a little at a time. Because we're getting to the point where we have more removal spells than they have cards in hand, board, or what they'll draw off the top. So we gotta make it count. This is a double spell turn to keep the day-night in our favor. Let's keep it moving.
I know something you don't know.
Wandering Emperor comes down. Okay. What's it gonna do?
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
Well, I don't have to play this one. The opponent's gonna do something, and then I'll know exactly what to do with this Wandering Emperor. And I'll get the trigger. Okay. Actually, do I need you? Pretty close to losing this one. Yeah, alright. I do need you.
Until next time, then. Let your blade do the talking.
Keep it flipping. Professor some blah blah blah. More value. Never stop the value. A limo comes off the top. I can counter it though. Seems good. What's it gonna do? Exile one of these? Yeah, let's just counter it. The opponent attacks against Kaito wrong. I get to take it out with the March. Actually, I can save Kaito either way. But we could also just let it die since we have another. And save March for Den. Get another card out of it. Just keep picking at them.
Now this is a
Say go.
secret.
2 removal spells in a cave. I guess the Celestis trigger isn't that important. Come on now. Now I'm just being weird. And enough removal to probably get through the turn, but we can play this here. Pass. We're fine. This is fine. All right, we grasp this so we can verse a devil, so they still have trouble removing Kaido. All right, that was the last straw. Just worked it out, nice and easy. Always a little painful to destroy my own creations, especially ones I enjoyed, like the 4th of July deck, but it must be done. On the draw, we've got some removal, and we got some mana. As long as we draw more lands, we'll be okay. That'll work. Black, white, white, black. Got him! What the hell has happened to this ladder? People make fun of Historic Brawl for scooping too early. Frickin' Snowflake Ladder, we should name it. I mean, sure. We got the mana. We got the mana? Kinda. We got environmental sciences and we've got the colors we need. The question is gonna be... the question's gonna be a little different, right? Like, do we draw lands off the top, or does this get awkward? Because the opponent's not going easy on us. We'll have 0 time. So we can go fetch a black source and then still have March next turn. But... ooh, I don't like that. That makes me grumpy. But in theory, the professor still holds off Aspirant next turn. What do we do when we hit 4? We double spell. I think we just say go here and use a removal spell. Now that we have sciences into another removal spell the next turn. Here's the Reiju. See where they target. Verse the Reiju. They're not going to attack with that Luminarch into the Professor. They care too much. So Professor is kind of preventing some damage each turn. Removal, removal. Other option, another Professor. So both of these are going to be leveled up here. So another Professor is actually really important. Are any of these important? Not really. So I'm just going to drop Kaido and try to draw better. Never mind. Here's the Cavalier. Let's see where they want to put this counter. They should be sussing a removal spell here. Okay. Oh, feisty. That and this. They finally got impatient with that Luminarch, and that's a big mistake, I think. Okay, Kaido, this isn't funny anymore, dude. It's not funny anymore. All right, I got black. I guess we'll get more white. No, more black. Look at this hand. Are you kidding me? All right. Play Kaido, make Ninja chump block. Then we have the shields down. I think we keep the shields up. They're going to play another hasty creature, and we're going to need to march it. Okay, 2 cards left. Wait till after damage to make these plays. Wait till after the damage has been dealt, otherwise they can remove your creature in response and their creature never dies. They're really thinking. Okay, they move to end step. Only had a way to make red, that Bloodthirsty Adversary would be a really fun card to Katose. And the Riju's not down there. Sunrise Cavalier's looking pretty good. Also play you and you, double spell. I think it's this. Let's get something out of their deck here. Royal Eruption, of course. Never didn't have it for the opponent. I would have loved to exile that forever, but it is what it is. No Sunrise Cavaliers is a pretty big deal. Also, the opponent probably needs to kick this and spend their whole turn kicking it to keep me from casting their Sunrise Cavalier and beating them to death with it. They don't have that much time if they let that happen. Nice. Okay. Kaido, your time has come.
I got someone on the inside who can help.
Oh man, I'm gonna grab the mascots. I'm gonna do it because if we actually get the lands over the next couple of turns, if like we flood out from here, the mascots can still save us. Okay, they're done. They're done. Okay, frickin' Boros, man.